Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Sagar Koirala, Neurosurgeon at Upendra Devkota Memorial, National Institute of Neurological and Allied Sciences, and I'm on call for 24 hours today. So I want to give you a sneak peek into the things that we do in our 24 hours duty during the coronavirus time. We have 5 neurosurgeons in our team. We have Dr. Suraj Thulung, who is the senior most, followed by Dr. Shikhar Shrestha, who leads the clinical services, and Dr. Pratyush Shrestha, who is into academics. Dr. Suresh Biswakarma, who is my colleague, was on call for the past 24 hours, and he will be handing over the hospital and the cases to me while I take over the 24 hours from here. This is the hospital that I work at. You can see the makeshift tent that has been made recently to screen the patients coming from high risk or having high risk of COVID-19. So we start our day with rounds in ward and ICU. Good morning, sister. ICU ma jana ke cha?
There is 8 patients in our ICU.
Thank you. We have Dr. Suresh with us, who was on call for the past 24 hours. Good morning, Suresh.
Yeah, good morning, Sagar.
How was your duty yesterday?
The duty yesterday was good. We had a couple of cases. Over the last 24 hours, there were 7 admissions. The important admissions were a case of aneurysm. There was a case of CSF rhinuria as well. It was a child, and a case of lumbar disc, which we are posted for surgery today.
So the ward is all stable.
Yeah, ward is all stable. There is a suspected case of coronavirus. 2 patients in our isolation ward. We have sent for the test. Hopefully the test will be negative.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So we have Dr. Bibhushan here, who is our resident, and we are about to start a case. So what case do we have today lined up?
Today we have a 23-year-old gentleman with bifrontal decompressive craniotomy. We'll be doing a bifrontal autologous cranioplasty today.
So Dr. Bibhushan will be starting the case, and I'll be joining you soon.
Yes.
Okay, see you later. So we have finished our rounds and counseled the patient for surgery today pre-operatively. Dr. Bibhushan has started the case, and I'll be joining him soon. I'll also have to look after the patients who have arrived to the outpatient. After seeing a couple of patients, I'll join him for the surgery and I'll take you there. Dr. Shikhar, how are you finding it to cope up with the challenges of managing clinical services during these COVID times?
Well, this COVID time has been a challenge to everybody altogether. Patients are finding it very difficult to access the hospital and all the required services because of lockdown. Because of limited number of resources in terms of both manpower as well as medical supplies, we are finding it difficult, but we are trying to ration its use so as not to waste and so that our resource will last till this entire COVID period. I think a few weeks earlier, we even started our online consultation because patients were finding it very difficult to reach to our outpatient, and even for small queries, like they had a lot of problem back home, so they have been consulting with us through Skype or through Facebook. Furthermore, we have started screening our patients. In such way, we minimize the number of exposures to our staff as well as to the patients attendant alike. At the same time, like we are following social distancing, even at the cash counter, the pharmacy dispensary services as well as the outpatient waiting areas. So those are the changes that we have been doing during this COVID time.
Thank you, Dr. Shikhar, for the time. This is the CT scan of a 25 years old gentleman who had underwent bifrontal decompressive craniectomy for severe head injury with bifrontal contusions, and after 6 weeks of time following discharge, he is here to have autologous cranioplasty, and this is the case that we have lined up for today. Dr. Bibhushan is preparing the patient for surgery. We have Dr. Ranjan, who is the anesthetist for today. Dr. Ranjan, who is our anesthetist. So, any problems anticipated, Dr. Ranjan?
Especially not much, unless or until uneventful some incidents happens, everything will be fine.
Thank you, Dr. Ranjan. So we've finished the operations. Now I'm heading to the outpatient department to look at the patients who have come. We've finished the outpatient services for the morning. It's 1 in the afternoon and I'm heading for my lunch break now. Following the lunch break, I'll be back in the outpatient services to see the follow-ups as well as other new patients that come to our outpatient. This is where we see our patients. There were around 8 patients in the afternoon shift and all the patients has been attended to. Now I've finished my outpatient clinic for the afternoon. It's 4 p.m. and we're almost at the end of our routine activities for the day. However, those of us who are on duty will have to take the evening rounds as well as attend the patients in emergency and perform emergency operations if required till 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That is when we give handover to the upcoming team that will take over from us and will carry on for the next 24 hours. I have completed my hospital job for the moment and I'm on call for the rest of the day. I usually go on jogging every day for around 4 to 5 kilometers because health is equally important, and to stay fit and to be able to carry out all my duties, I usually exercise for around an hour a day, which usually consists of jogging followed by some indoor activities. Since it's lockdown, I do it within the premises of my hospital. So see you later. We are done with the rounds, both of the ward and ICU, and the emergency room is pretty quiet at the moment. That is the reason why I'm working on my research paper on pediatric neurosurgery. So I'll continue with this work for some time and I'll have to go down if there is any call from my resident in regards to any new patients in the ER. We are at our end of the duty shift. I'm showing you the quarter buildings where we stay. So whenever there is any emergency or any consultant or resident can come to the hospital building within hardly 10 to 15 seconds. So that is the beauty of working at this place. Luckily yesterday we had no emergency cases that we had to attend to, and all the patients in the ICU were also stable. So after the new team arrives for today, then we'll be handing over and that will mark the end of our 24 hours. So that marks the end of our 24-hour shift. Our two medical officers, our resident, and myself, Dr. Sagar, signing out. Hope you like the videos. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.